Hi, it's Guy DiMartino. I'm Northwest Indiana estate planning and probate lawyer. And today I'd like to clear up a misunderstanding that many folks have or a misapprehension they have. And this has to do with Medicaid planning or when folks are going to a nursing home. And generally folks know something about this 5-year time frame, but they don't quite understand what it is and when it starts and the purpose of that. But before we get started, if you ever have any questions about an Indiana estate planning or probate matter or an elder law issue, you can always reach out to me at indianaestatemeeting.com. We can have a telephone conference, we can have a video conference, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and hopefully put some light on any concerns that you may have regarding this issue. So many folks know that Medicaid will look at 60 months or 5 years. And that is called the look back period. But what does this really mean when it comes to nursing homes and qualifying for Medicaid? Well, this is what it means. Medicaid is an income and asset-based program. If you are going to qualify for Medicaid, your income has to be below a certain amount, and your assets have to be below a certain amount. Now, many folks over the years, and potentially when Medicaid was not as strict as they are now, because money's tight with the government, they would go ahead and transfer stuff to family, to friends. They would sell their house, or they would go and give their house to a family member, things along those lines. They would gift money away, understanding about the federal gift tax and how much money they can gift to people, thinking that that would help protect them against Medicaid because it would make their monies go down. So that's what would happen. So what Medicaid does is it starts to look back for 5 years at a person's assets and income and transfers during the 5-year period. But it brings up the question, when does the 5-year date start, the look back period? Well, it starts at the snapshot date, and the snapshot date has to do when the person becomes eligible for Medicaid and nursing home. So you pick this date, you go back 5 years, and what you look for is transfers of stuff, transfers of income, transfers of property. But then the next question you have to ask is the transfer something that you were compensated for? If it's something that you received a fair market value for, then that doesn't count against you because it's a compensated transfer. On the other hand, if you gave away to your grandkids $100,000, that would be an uncompensated transfer, and then Medicaid would go ahead and say, well, you have a certain penalty, and that would be called the penalty period. And that is based on a whole bunch of numbers that we would have to calculate, plus the regional divisor for nursing homes in this area. And we would be able to say that based on your assets and based on the money that you have to go ahead and prepay your nursing home care for so many months in order to qualify. Well, you already qualified in order to get Medicaid assistance. That might be a little confusing, and you might not necessarily, well, I can tell you most of the time you won't have to disgorge or pay back all the money that you have or spend down everything that you have in order to qualify. See, there's a lot of exemptions, there's a lot of things that can be done in order to protect some of your hard-earned money. But that's for other sets of videos, and that's for in-person consultation. But today I just wanted you to understand what this 60-month thing is. It's the look-back period, and it starts at the snapshot date, and then it looks back 5 years to see what you've done with your assets. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I am Guy DiMartino. Have yourself a great day.